up, bro?
What's going on, sir? I'm having a good time, man. How you doing?
I'm great, chilling, man.
That's
You
what's
look,
up.
you look like a king, which you are.
Man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You brought the lights and cameras out here for me, man. So, I feel special, man.
Man, it's
I love
nothing for you. You used to this. You always shining.
it.
You always shining, man. I seen you. Yeah, you shine, bro. Uh, give the people your name. What's your name?
um, I'm the artist known as Ahmad Samu'el.
hmm
From Jacksonville. I've been in Jacksonville for a while.
Okay.
I do R&B, hip hop music. More of a late '90s, early 2000 vibe with a little millennial twist to it. But what I'm doing is I'm bringing back the old school music with live bands and stuff like that. So I just love that feel. I love that lane.
What if you say what type of music? If you give me an artist that you will say your sound is similar to when you say old school '90s, etc. What type of artist exactly? Since you do R&B and hip hop.
Mostly like your Jay-Z, back in the 2000s. Your Pharrell's, your a little bit of Nas, a little bit of Jadakiss, Pimp C. I done heard some people say I got some UGK, got some Bun B in me, got some.
You kind of favor.
Yeah, I got some. What's my Slim Thug?
Okay.
Little Rick Ross. Yeah, I done heard all those.
But so just '90s all around.
Yeah, that '90s vibe, man. '90s made some good music back then.
You made some dope music, shit.
Good
man. Music.
I wish we can go back to that, man. They trying to bring it back. They really trying to bring it back.
If you had to give a certain era of hip hop, I asked another artist this before. 80s, early '90s, late '90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, or now. Which sound?
I like the late '90s, going into the early 2000s. At that point, I felt like hip hop and R&B alone was at its peak. Like they was coming out, cause like they was even coming out with new categories like neo soul. They was coming out with neo funk. They had like different. Then that's when you start having the real East Coast, the West Coast, the Mid South rappers, your Mid North, everybody. Then a lot of the Canadian rappers start coming into the picture too,
right?
In that era, so it really was an era of a lot of different things. And see, back then, it was a thing called identity.
Right.
Everybody had their own identity. Like Jay-Z didn't sound like DMX. DMX didn't sound like Nas. Nas didn't sound like Busta Rhymes.
Right.
At every coast where you go to, Trick Daddy, he didn't sound like Luke. He didn't sound like JT Money or anybody like that. He had his own style. West Coast, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, The Dogg Pound, Razzcast, just to name a few. Everybody had their own flavor of music. And when you heard it on the radio, you knew who that was. It wasn't no
guessing.
It
like
wasn't
now, like now, I don't know who.
Yeah, like you got so many people that sound so much alike to you. You can't even pick them apart. Like, oh man, I thought that was so and so.
Like I think the artists today purposely do that. You know what I'm saying? They are fans of XYZ, and then they want to sound. They sound like XYZ. You go into the studio, you got your auto tunes,
and you got it turned all the way up.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And it's like, man, it's like, there's no more authenticity. There's no more identity in your music. Like you say, they sounded like everybody, man. They, I believe like it's about 15 futures out here right now, man. That sound just alike, and then when you do come out with that unique sound,
they're gonna sign 50 other artists that sound just like
you, because they want that same energy,
right?
So I mean,
in New York we used to call it biting.
Yeah, you used to call that biting.
Yeah, so you couldn't do it or you'll get beat up. You know what I'm saying? If you sound like me, like
they call that biting. They all kind of things, and like you say, if you sounded like anybody, any other rappers,
Right.
you was not going to have a successful career, even in the R&B world.
Right.
Like, not to be throwing names out there, but Glenn Lewis, for instance, he was, even though Stevie Wonder was his mentor, and he was, he listened to a lot of Stevie Wonder music. His music sounded like Stevie Wonder, and it wasn't a good look for him. It wasn't a real good look for him, man.
You can almost have a hint of someone, because none of us will be here without an influence, right?
Right.
And so you can have a hint of someone, but you don't want to sound or look exactly like that individual.
You don't want to look like them, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Sound like them, you look like them.
Right.
And that, like you say, everybody had their own identity back then. And that's the problem with the music nowadays. A lot of people don't have identity. Yeah, you sound good, you sound amazing, but what's your identity? Who are you?
You know what I miss? I miss the what was it? I want to say the late 90s going into the 2000s. The late 90s going into the 2000s, going into the mid 2000s, when we had cliques, groups, when you had your Cash Money,
right,
Rockefeller,
right,
G Unit, Dog Pound, Murder Inc.
Right.
I used to like that because everybody had their own authentic thing going on, like you said. You know, one of my favorite groups are Dipset.
Yep.
No one sounds like Dipset. Doesn't sound like anyone else. Let me give them their credit.
Right.
You understand?
And they had, everybody on that team was unique. They had their own unique sound, just like Flip Mode Squad.
Flip Mode Squad.
They had their own unique sound. I mean, we can just go down the list. Mobb Deep, all them guys. And the thing I liked about the Mobb Deep era, the Queensbridge era, they stuck to their bread and butter of who they were and where they was from. That Queensbridge sound, like you want to know what the Queensbridge sound was. These were the guys that had it.
Where are you originally from?
I'm Philly.
You're from Philly. So coming from up north, even Philly. Philly. Let's give our respect to the Philadelphia rappers, dope rappers. I think Philly has, if I have to say the top, I'm gonna put them in the category of the top 3 cities of rappers, where rappers come from.
Right.
I mean, even if I had to break down New York City into boroughs, I'm going to give Philly one of the top, out of the top 3 or the top 5.
Right.
But coming from up north, and me being from New York, we can determine where a rapper is from just by their sound. Just by their sound. I knew the Brooklyn rappers. I knew the difference between Brooklyn and Bronx. I knew the difference between the Bronx and Queens and Harlem. So it was a different sound that each individual, each borough brung.
And it was based on their swag. They had like a different swag, or how they carried themselves. And a lot of times, like not to cut you off.
Yes, sir.
Jay-Z was one of the guys. Kanye West had said in his interview. He talks like how he raps. Like when you hear him, he talks exactly how he raps. And so when you are talking to these guys and stuff like that, you can hear the barrels in them. And also, it's like, damn, dog, you sound just like your album.
It's and we spoke the truth. I mean, you got individuals like Mobb Deep, and then you got from Queens, but then you got individuals like M.O.P. from Brooklyn. Brownsville. Spoke the truth. This is what they were about at the time, so this is what they spoke on. What is some of your subjects, like what are some of the things that you talk about?
My music is more laid back, cigar smoking, wine drinking, you know what I'm saying? Music for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? Top down type music, you know what I'm saying? It's in that cigar smoking, top down music phase. Like a girl told I hadn't heard. I had a few girls tell me, man, my music is take your shoes off music. You know what I'm saying?
Take your shoes off music.
Yeah, the girls had to take their shoes off, listen to my music, and smoke something.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just that relaxing. I do have like your I say like your lyrical songs and stuff like that. I got a song called Studio Grind, State versus State. That's more like your lyrical stuff. I show off my lyricists. But basically, what I like that music that had that bop to it, that make you just want to groove. You got it, you know what I'm saying? You got something in your cup and you just want to just whine, you just want to groove, listen to the music and everything else. I got a song called Champagne on Ice. Very nice and smooth. Boss Life, nice and smooth. Put it on my tab.
Would it be like a Sleepy Brown type sound?
Yeah, it's like, it got the nice jazz bands in there.
A T-Pain-ish sound, no.
It's more like
if you on a playlist, you on Tidal, Spotify, you on a playlist, and you got an artist before you and an artist after you, you're in the middle. Who would be the two artists before and after recommended off of your sound?
It'll probably be High Side. It'll probably be right after Pharrell.
Okay.
Right after Pharrell, like, you're beautiful.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. It depends on which song they're gonna play. Like, okay, say they play "You're Beautiful" by Pharrell and Snoop Dogg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then right behind that, you might get "Put It On Your Tab." Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So it's like that on that bop. Then right behind that, it can fall over to either Kanye West. It can fall over to some maybe some Outkast.
Okay.
Like, I like the way you move. It can probably flow right into that. You know what I'm saying? That's on, what I'm saying?
Something like Kanye Stronger.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll flow right into that.
Okay.
If Kanye West, you can Jay-Z, Excuse Me Miss, what's Brush Your Dirt Off Your Shoulders, it can flow right into that nice classic style.
Who are your top 3 rappers of all time?
Top 3 rappers, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I love me some Jay. I ain't gonna lie, I love me some Jay.
I heard that come. That's where I got the question from, because you said Jay-Z several times, and I'm like, okay, this guy likes Jay-Z.
Yeah, I like. It took me a while to understand Jay-Z, because at first I was like, whatever.
See, again, coming from not only New York but Brooklyn, I understood him from Jump Street.
Right, because I had to go back to In My Lifetime, Reasonable Doubts, and stuff like that.
Right. When
I listened to those, and then I listened to some Nas. Nas has always been my boy.
Okay.
But my top 3 will probably be Jay-Z, Kiss, and Ross.
Okay. 3 very good rappers. Right. I like all 3 of them.
And then if I had to throw what they call that upset. Okay. I would put Lil Wayne in there.
I think Lil Wayne don't get the credit that he deserves.
He don't. He don't. It's a lot of. He got a lot of. Wayne got catalog.
A lot of people, when they start comparing, when you ask them that question, the big debate will always go into. Personally, I hate this. I hate the debate on who's one of the who are the best rappers, because you get the people who start talking about record sales. Right. I'm from the real school. I ain't gonna say the old school, the this, that. I'm from where shit was. It was about your lyrics, battling. You step in the streets and you start just, rapping.
Start going in.
We go to neighborhoods and start rapping. You know what I'm saying? Fuck a beat. And nobody has a record on the radio. So to me, real rap is lyrics. Right. You know what I mean? Lyrics, your flow, your delivery. You know, shit, when you rap it, you got to be able to breath control.
Breath control. And then, too, paint that picture. That's one thing I liked about Biggie. Mm-hmm. Biggie, he had that, what was that song? I think it was Niggas Gotta Die. Anyway, he painted a whole story how they was gonna set up the dudes, everything from burning down the place. You could close your eyes and you could picture that all that going down.
It's an art of storytelling,
right? And he was one of the top best to do it. And I mean, you could just close your eyes and you picture everything he said. And to me, that right there is a lyricist. When I can just close my eyes and I can picture everything you saying out your mouth.
You can picture it. Then you have artists,
and you can see the music video without even the music
video. Without a music video,
right?
Go back to your favorite rapper, Jay-Z. You got a song like "Song Cry,"
right?
You know, where you can not only picture it, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
When you can feel the emotion coming from a rap song, that Rod Wave.
Yeah.
You understand? Just to give it to the new school, you know what I'm saying? We can feel that emotion. That's special. Because most of that came from, you know, that most of that it's the soul.
Right. That's that soul.
That's that soul.
That's that soul talking to you, man. And you know, Rod Wave, man, you know what I'm saying? Like the new school. Now there's some new schools I like out there now, like R.I.H, Rod Wave.
That's soul.
Yeah, I like Wale. I like some stuff what Wale be doing. Even some stuff Drake.
I love Wale. Another artist that I interviewed someone and they brought up Mo 3.
Yeah.
Mo 3 was nice.
Yeah. And there's a lot of artists that's starting to come back to the essence of hip hop and the essence of R&B.
Yeah, I hear it.
They're starting to come back. Because at one point, man, I felt like we was losing R&B too. I was like, okay, it's one thing, hip hop almost gone. Now R&B too.
I think they're getting the message. I think the message is out there. Like, you still got a lot of the ones that just want to ride the wave and do whatever just to make a couple of bucks because they really don't have any raw talent.
Right.
They just wake up. You know, you gotta understand the game. Like our babies now are growing up rapping. Right. Whereas, you know, I'm an older guy. I think Sugar Hill Gang came out when I was in elementary school. But at that time, rap music was still like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
You know, our parents didn't really grasp it and nobody. So now it's such a norm that when you 5 years old, you can rap like Biggie and Pac.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can spit and write your own lyrics. Like it's a normal thing. So I think it's coming back around where
well, I'm gonna be honest with you. The female rappers are your lyricists now. Like some of them female rappers that's out right now.
So not to take away nothing from the ladies, but and I'm not in the industry anymore where I'm ghostwriting or anything like that. But are they writing their own shit?
That's the question. That's the question. But
when pardon me, when another thing when back in the days you had to write your own shit. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like you had to write your own lyrics in order. You're not going to battle me off of somebody else's shit.
Right.
That they wrote for you. It's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. They can critique it, but you got it. 97% of that had to be you.
It had to be you. So the test now is okay, write some shit right now in front of me. You understand? Let's go head to head right now. Boom. So if they're not writing there, and this is just me, man. Again, I come from a different type of school of authenticity. If you're not writing your own lyrics, don't say you're nice. You're good at reciting.
That's it.
You understand what I'm saying? You're good at reciting lyrics. You have the talent of staying on beat and probably got a very nice voice, but you're not a writer. So you can't go up against someone that writes and say that you're a better. Let me get my words right. You might be a good rapper, because that's what you're doing, but you're not better than the person who write their own lyrics.
Right. And then on top of that is the pen. If your pen ain't like you say, if your pen is not up to speed, you're not gonna make it. you always gonna have to depend on writers, and they have them in the industry. They have writers in the industry.
Yeah, for sure. They make money. That's another job.
That's another job. They make money. They got writers, man. You come in there, write something you think is cold. They pass it over to the writers. They go back. They just be scribbling lines out like, okay, don't say that, say this. Don't say that, say this.
I always thought it was amazing how men can write for women and talk about their pussy. You know what I'm saying? So I had the pleasure of working with Lauryn Hill before. Just saying her name gives me chills, bro. I'm talking about a rapper, a female rapper, dope.
And singer.
I'm talking about, she stood up with the guys in ciphers, spitting. So
they don't make them like that no more.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they out there. I don't know if they in mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
They trying to make their way in, but like you say, hardcore lyrics and titles and the topics what you're talking about may not make it in.
A lot of people throw names at me of a lot of female artists that I don't follow, don't really know much of, but they're underground, so to speak, quote unquote. They'll hit me with this name and that name and say, yo, she's dope, she's dope, she's dope. But again, a lot of these ladies don't make it to mainstream because I guess they're not talking about their vagina now.
Not even the vagina. It's just some of them don't have a sex appeal. Because at the same token, you got to have some type of sex appeal.
Well, Young M.A. is not showing her body. You got certain artists that's not.
Well, what I mean by sex appeal is this. I like a female rapper to sound like a female.
Young M.A. don't sound like a female.
Yeah. I like them to sound like a female. When they get on the microphone, they don't sound like a hardcore nigga barking at you. They still have that ladylike. Take for instance Eve.
Okay.
Eve
which is a great rapper. Another Philly.
Yes,
another one.
A great rapper.
Underrated.
Philly, yeah.
Underrated again.
Underrated. Eve was a great rapper. Still is a great rapper.
Right.
And Eve still had that sexiness to let you know that she was a woman.
Right.
But she was a woman that you didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, you didn't want to tussle with.
So what do you think about Rod Digger? Because Rod Digger was feminine. Rod Digger's feminine, but Rod Digger's voice was
heavy. A heavy voice, right? And it was like, okay, Rod Digger was like, okay, yeah, you know, she had her feminine moments. I put Rod Digger in the MC Light category. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I put her in more MC Light category.
MC Light definitely got a deep voice, but MC Light is beautiful now.
Right. She was beautiful then. She's still beautiful now.
Yeah, she did it. She was more tomboyish, but she's a beautiful woman.
Like when you start, you know what I'm saying, when you start trying to sound more like a guy, it kind of takes the sex appeal away from.
All right, you mean sound like a guy as far as they bass in their voice, or sound like a guy with the things that they're saying?
More with the bass in their voice, and then it's like, okay, now you starting to, you know what I'm saying, now you starting to talk about some nigga stuff, you know what I'm saying?
There's another female. What is her name? Is it Glorilla?
Yeah, Glorilla, yeah.
She has a deep voice. What you think about that? But then I heard her rap. I don't know if she's putting on with the deep. I don't know. But I heard other songs and she doesn't have a deep voice.
Right. And it's like, which one are you trying to sell? You know what I'm saying? I had an artist the other day came in, you know what I'm saying? And she was trying to put on with the deep voice and everything. And I'm like, you actually have a nice voice. You know what I'm saying? Let's lighten it up some. We lighten up her voice and everything. And we did the track. The track sounded amazing.
The one she sounded more feminine.
Right, when she sounded more feminine, not trying to sound like just rough. I mean, now don't get me wrong, you know, if that's your voice, that's your voice.
Right.
So you can't help that.
Right.
But, you know, let's you know what I'm saying, let's soften it up a little bit, man. You know, men want to hear something soft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you would think vice versa. You would think women want to hear deep voices and men want to hear soft voices. I mean, that's the whole that I think that's how it should go. But you know, to each his own. I
Right.
think then you know, with that being said, good music is good music, right?
Yeah, you got good music, you got good music.
Good music is good music.
Right. It's like good music is always so you got what it is, you got like three different levels. You got the hit phase, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, the one hit wonder songs, like, okay, yeah, that's gonna go for a minute, you know, people gonna jug, they're gonna juke, whatever the case may be. Then you got that song where it's a good song till you get tired of it. And then you got that song that's just a classic. Where they can play that 10 or 15 years from now. And it's gonna put you back in that mode when you first heard it the first time.
What's in your playlist? What's one of the top 3 songs that you can listen to over and over and over?
I love that song by Nas, One Mic.
Okay.
One Mic was like that was a classic by itself.
It is, yeah.
One Mic was like a classic by itself. Another song I can listen to, man. "Slippin' Fallin' by DMX.
Okay.
I love that song. That song was just you know, you seen the picture. You seen the picture. And then last but not least, "When It All Falls Down" by Kanye West.
Yeah, see, I can hear now the type of music that you make because of the songs that you just said you can listen to over and over and over. Like me with Nas, I can listen to Made You Look. And then with DMX, I could probably listen to, you know, What's My Name, or even it's a song called Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I love that one.
I love that. You know, I'm more on the more hardcore side. You know,
there was another one he had. There was another one. He Life My Song. Yeah, that's Life Is My Song. Oh man, I love that song, boy. I listen to that one. Oh, now that's the one I definitely put on replay. Life Is My Song.
What would be something that you would want to do with your music and your talents? Because you're also a producer, right?
Right. Yes. Producer. One of the major things I'm trying to do is artist development.
Okay.
Because the labels are not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
You got it or you don't.
Yeah.
And one of the things I want to do is like artist development, getting an artist prepared for the majors, whether you decide to get signed, you decide to go indie, you just want to get your numbers up on Spotify, whatever the case may be. I want you to be a national recording artist.
Do you think it's a waste of time because of how quick people can become a household, well-known in their genre these days?
A lot of the kids nowadays, they're not putting the energy in, even on the producing side. And I know producers probably want to come at me on this when I say this, but I'm going to say it. There's some lazy producers out here.
They can make beats on their phone.
They can make beats on their phone, and then still they're lazy.
Yeah.
Like, take a person like Manny Fresh. Take a person like Just Blaze. These guys had sequential order of how they made their beats. Like, the song might start off, you know what I'm saying, like Back That Ass Up. It started off with just the symphony. Dun, 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 dun. When it got to the chorus, it was one sound. Then when it got to the verse, there was another sound. When they got to the bridge or the midpoint of the song, then they put other instruments in. And then it got back to the chorus, and then they just kept adding in and just building the song, building it hype. Producers ain't doing that no more. They're not doing that. They just put a drum tap, get a sample, and then put 808s as their melody, and that's your hit song.
That's why everything, not everything, but that's why a lot of things sound the same. What we was talking about earlier, I can't tell from some of the different producers. I can't tell from some of the different artists. Being also a DJ, I could sit back and and mix songs without any effort now. You know, a lot
Yeah.
of shit just sounds the same.
Sound the same BPM.
Yep.
Everything. And it's like you say, even with DJing, man, it's like it. I seen a kid DJ with his phone.
Right, yeah.
And he was at the party. I mean, he had the party jumping.
Yeah, yeah.
But he was doing it from his phone. I mean, I'm not mad at it, man. Make it pay.
I watched some of the rave. We had 1200, 1210s. We had Technique turntables. I watched some of the DJs now. And they just, especially the rave DJs, these guys, bro, they just turn the knobs. It just fucked me up. Like,
man, now, I remember back in the days, DJ, I missed those back in the day, DJ battles, when they used to have real DJ battles. Yeah. And it was based upon spinning and scratching. And you had to go in your crate and find that record.
Yes.
That you want to spin and scratch and sample over. Yes. I remember that when they had to thumb through the crate. And they had like they crates of all their music and it's whatever order they had it in. Yeah. And back then they wanted to be the first to break a record in. Yeah. That was DJing back then. They wanted to be the first one to say they broke that record in. They broke that record in when nobody else didn't want to break it in.
DJ Jazzy Jeff got a YouTube channel. I think he's on Revolt or one of those also, if I'm not mistaken. And he brings on different DJs. Real DJ. I call it real DJ. Even though I don't really see them now, you just got the one record, and you could just tap into the song on your computer and still scratch and all that. But yeah, that's one of my favorite DJs.
I remember Tony Touch. This guy would put on a show DJing, would scratch with his elbows. You know what I'm saying? Scratch with his stomach. I mean, and he would keep up beats, spin around, be scratching behind his back, and you don't see that no more. It's like, wow. It's like, you know, where did it come to the point where that's not acceptable no more?
Money. The art is taken back into money. A lot of people are able to make money quicker by doing less.
That makes sense. Because now, you know what I'm saying, like the creativity, and I'm about to jump into the R&B now. Right. The creativity is not even there no more. I remember guys in the R&B field, man, they used to make songs, man, like you would have to really think about what they were saying. But it was so smooth till you didn't even catch it the first few times.
Who are some of your favorite R&B artists?
Man, I got a lot of them. Males probably be. I like Joe. I like Music Soul Child. I like Donnell Jones. There's quite a few of them, man. I like, man. As far as R&B, man, Jagged Edge. I miss them. I miss True Hill. Just to name a few.
I like Casey and JoJo.
Yeah. See, I ain't even go that era yet.
Yeah. I had the pleasure of working with JoJo once, and I think these boys can sing, bro.
I like the Jodeci.
Yeah, well, you can go to the whole Jodeci.
Yeah, I like it, man. Man.
We don't have it. We don't have any male group, male or female, do we?
We don't. I think they try. See, the thing is about the bands and stuff. They don't last long. You know what I'm saying? Once that person once the lead singer kind of get their highest, man, they do their own thing, and the rest of the band kind of.
The closest we got is City Girls.
That's it. That's it, man. Closest we got is City Girls. And what's the other girls?
It's another set of girls.
It's another set of girls. I can't think of their name, but yeah, that's it.
Oh wow.
And then we ain't even got no boy bands. Like
we don't have any, right? Not even a duo.
Not even a duo, yeah. And it's like, I miss Jagged Edge. I miss like Gerald Levert and Keith Sweat.
Yeah, LSG,
LSG,
and New Editions, and all of
what
that.
was the group with Tank, Tyrese,
Right.
and Case? I can't think of the name of that group, but yeah, they was dope at one point. Like guys, you know what I'm saying? But back then that was real R&B. See, real R&B back then was, to me, what real R&B was. Mm-hmm. I'll give you a little, probably show you my age. Mm-hmm. It was a song by Shaq called "If I Ever Fall in Love," mm-hmm. and we used to we used to find the prettiest girl in school, right? Yeah. And we'll stand by her locker. It'll be me and two other guys, and we'll sing that song to the girl, and she would be blushing, left ear to ear. Like that was like the sweetest thing.
Some 5 heartbeats,
right?
Shit.
We would just sing to her. just a random cute girl in school, and we would just sing to her. And then, you know, just walk away. At that point, man, you know, everybody, oh man, you know, they sound good, and and she just blushed, and she remembered you. Right. She remembered you. I remember back in the days, you remember how you used to write, I know Boys and Men was an epic of it. They would write their lyrics. You remember when you used to get the little tape sets and CDs that had their lyrics inside the little. Yeah. We would take the little lyrics out of the Boys and Men, out of Tevin Campbell, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. You'd take the little lyrics, man, and be writing little love notes to the girl, man. You know what I'm saying? Using the lyrics and be passing the note to the girl.
So y'all was stealing the lyrics,
yeah,
right?
We was stealing the lyrics, man. Back in grade school.
They used to fall for it.
Mm-hmm. No, they fell for it. Half of them didn't even know where the lyrics came from. So I would, you know, I pull some hard stuff like some D'Angelo, some Chico the Bars, or something like that. So I know, like, yeah, I know she don't listen to this. and pull the lyrics, like, and just put it in your little love note. And just use little cliche lines from the artists and stuff, man.
So now, giving respect to the music today, right? Because I know a lot of us old heads, as they call us, we OGs, old heads, you know.
Kids call us dinosaurs. We make dinosaurs.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got all type of names, right? Yeah. So I know a lot of it sounds like we bashing. Sometimes it sounds like, you know, each generation bashes the next generation. Yeah. Because although we talk about our sound, our parents or that generation didn't necessarily like our sound.
That's true.
And the sound and their parents did not necessarily like their sound.
That's true.
So, with all due respect, I would like to say that I do like the sound today. It's our ears kind of sort of adapt to what it adapts to. You know, you have to be open-minded. You have to open up you got your acceptance in your mind, body, and soul. You have to open it up to say, okay, I like what I liked then, but this is the now, and you know what I'm trying to say? Am I being biased? Am I purposely blocking this out, or is it a mental thing that I don't have control over?
Well, what it is it's one of those. This is the sound now. Mm-hmm. We have to accept what's going on right now until the wave changes, until a new current comes in, and we don't know when the current is going to change in the waters at any point. It's coming. We know it's coming. We don't know, because look at just the last 5 to 10 years of different. You know, you had your snap music. You know what I'm saying? ATL was at one point was making
right, and I like that, the Little Johns.
Right, and you had the Little Johns, you had the Ludacris, you had the and then when ATL started making the trap music, you know, they started going into the trap level.
Yeah, and I like T.I. and I like Jeezy.
Right.
I like for instance, Young Thug. Mm-hmm. Young Thug, right? This was the 2000 teens or something, like early 2000 teens, right? So 2010, 2011, 12, 13, something like that, right? The Young Thug and Rich Homie Quans. I like their music. I don't necessarily understand or understood Young Thug appearance. Is, you know what I mean?